Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking some Chinese well-wishing expressions. 金榜题名. Okay, this is not necessarily well-wishing to somebody in January. Actually, this is a specific expression wishing somebody good luck in their national exams. I mean, in contemporary Chinese, mainland Chinese expression, every, I believe, June or July is it used to be July, and now it's June. Every June is this national exam. It's kind of equivalent to the English American SAT exam, but SAT was, I don't know. I don't know much about SAT. I know Chinese is on those particular 3 days. The whole high schoolers in the nation are going to take this standardized test, and that's the moment that's people are going to diverge in their life. Depends on where they go to their college, what major they take, where they end up with. So that life diverging moment on the national test day, 金榜题名, this is the well-wishing that you want to use on a high schooler going through that. And it's high stressful. It's tied with years of investment of time and money, education resources to make somebody go somewhere. And that's the, almost like the result of this many years of efforts. So 金榜题名 is particularly for that well-wishing. And okay, 金. 金 is made of this triangle thing. Triangle thing means gathering, means many of them. And then the two horizontal lines, the first horizontal line is the ground level. The vertical line with this horizontal thing is, I guess, some sort of plant or some above ground, underground connected thing. So something exists in between the two spaces, above and underground, right? Okay. The second horizontal line is indicator to show, okay, it's for sure below the ground level, it's underground. So we have a gathering underground, and now the two vertical lines are symbolizing the scattered pieces underground. So tin is one of the minerals that was discovered, I guess it's underground, or is tin actually like gold rush thing, like people used something related to water, right? The water carry out the mineral above the ground. So either you have to dig into the ground or you can do that, but I guess that's okay, not important. At the beginning, it's talking about a concentration of certain metal pieces under the ground. So we have this gathering is important because I guess there is a certain distribution of minerals underground anywhere in a certain density, but once it's gathering of those, that's worthwhile. That becomes like the mine, the concentration of a particular type of mineral underground. And eventually this particular type of mineral refers to the king of the mineral back then, which is the gold, right? Okay, so that's gold. Board, we have the wood piece, which is the canopy, the root, the trunk. Just 3 strokes connected by the trunk that have the above ground, underground portion of the tree. I mean, I do appreciate the language creators not only show us the visible part that's, to human eyes, but they actually show you the underground, the invisible part for, regular people. To give you a full picture, what is a tree? There is a huge underground part. And if you look, the root actually is outsizing the top above the visible part of the tree. Okay, tree. Next to, this is pang, that means side views. This is something that I haven't figured out yet, but the symbol pieces over here, the 2 horizontal lines may mean heaven and earth. That's the space, give you the sense of space. The middle part means parallel or squarish. It comes from the boating structure. So I guess in the navigation of boats in a canoe, this lane merging thing that you cannot afford to have the colliding of two boats, right? And because it's not as easily maneuverable as the land travel vehicles. So for boat to line up, that's quite a, I guess, technique. And you want to make sure the high safety because the cost is huge. So this boat paralyzing thing then becomes this rectangle or parallel, start to mean that. So there is spatial sense and this parallel sense. And I'm not sure of this part, like scholars haven't unpacking this part. Like, what does that mean? It looks like some structure, right? In space to make sure things are separated or things are protected. It's hard to say. I haven't figured out that part out. But the whole thing means the board. I mean, board is understandable because board was made of wood. So we have wood structure and it's a space, right? The top and bottom space and have this parallel structure. I guess that gives you kind of the material and the shape of the things. And gold board, 金榜, probably was a time when in ancient times, I'm not sure if you're aware of, but Chinese have this imperial, this national exam thing is a continuation of this imperial exam of all the young men mostly spend years of reading the classical literatures, the teachings, the philosophies in Chinese language. And that's how this culture keep educating the next generations. And then they have this national imperial national exam thing. And whoever got like passed through that exam, I guess not only pass through, but there are people ranking. And then there is a cut line. If you make the cut, your name are going to be shown on this gold board. So this is going to be, I guess, it's not a blackboard, but a gold board to signify like the status. It's a highly esteemed place to have your name on that board. And that board may or may not be in the color of gold. But it could be because gold was considered an imperial color. So only the emperors in China wear gowns made in gold color, and only the emperors in China have, I guess, it's a stationary things, even like a board or kind of a bulletin board thing, right? Colored in this imperial, this royal color, which is gold. Okay, so 金榜 have this ancient imperial national exam tradition embedded in there. Now, 题名 means your name is shown on that gold board. Okay, 题 is made of the head symbol and the sun facing symbol. Okay, head symbol made of two parts, which is the face and then sitting on top of the body that signifies the head. The face is made of the nose bridge and the two nostrils. So this looking thing with two horizontal lines, that's this small part, the center point of your face. I mean, now look at my face. It looks like the center of the face, right? And then there is this peripheral of the face. So if we super simplify our face structure as a circle, this is the center of the circle, and this is the peripheral of the circle. And that just by making the center and the peripheral, that's kind of mathematically already defined what a circle is, right? But of course, face have other features, but Chinese name abstract the face in the same way to abstract mathematically a circle is, which is just pin down the center of that thing and give you this peripheral that gives you the whole spatial sense of what face is, spaced. And then it's spaced further on top of a human body. So this body sign is made of this arm. It's a side profile view of the human body, the arm, and then this is, I guess, the neck, and then the torso, the butt, the side, knee, calf, and heel. So this is a side view, human sitting on their heel. hill sitting was a common practice back then. I guess that's before the invention of table and chairs. It's not, you're not living ergonomically back then. So you just, no choice but sitting on your heels for a long time. So this face on top of the human body, then kind of oversized or zoomed in, overblown, big-headed person. It becomes the head symbol. So the head. And then the left side is facing something squarely because this is a three-toe foot symbol. Chinese have a three-finger hand symbol, also have three-toe foot symbol. So this is big toe, the pinky toe, the rest of the toes. And then this is the sole of the foot. The whole thing, it's almost like a cactus looking thing. It took me quite some time to get used to this way of language abstracting foot symbol, foot anatomy into this weird looking thing. But this is the foot. Horizontal line is your destination, where you're going, and you're facing your foot in that direction. That means you're facing squarely toward your destiny. Not destiny, destination. Okay. Then this oval shape with one horizontal line is a sun symbol. So the whole picture is talking about you are standing, facing your destination, and the sun is, hanging overhead. And now with the big head symbol, the whole thing, the standing orienting toward the sun, emphasizing the head symbol, that actually means your forehead. What an elaborate way to come up with a character to signify nothing but this part. Instead of drawing it, because I guess it's hard to draw, right? Hard to draw, even if you can abstract the whole face, but to further abstract a portion of the face, which is on the forehead, you have to come up with a whole context of what the forehead, when the forehead is, I guess, felt or experienced more by humans, is when you're standing there facing the sun. So this is sun facing with your head. That's the moment you're going to feel the sunburn here. And that's the forehead coming to the fore consciousness of humans. Okay, forehead. Eventually, this forehead something becomes writing or verbalizing, or to express something. And I guess that's the, okay, express how you feel through language, through verbal expression. And this forehead transformed into verbalize something. I guess it's a little bit guessing that when you're talking about a forehead, maybe because ancient people talk about people reading somebody's mood on this portion, like the portion between two eyebrows. This is what's called 色. That's when you feel the vibe from that person, in particular this area of your face. And when ancient people talk about forehead, they may mean, like, instead of feel about something, you actually write it out, express it verbally. So forehead, probably ancient language creators' concept is related to verbalizing, to put something into words. And 题 also just by itself. For many Chinese, we probably hate this word because this means a problem to solve. So, or it's like a question in your test. So 题名, you have to finish all these questions correctly to be able to have your name written in there. So in that sense, in a second sense, the result of the, from your national exam, if you make the cut, and then you're going to have a name written in there. And that's also this verbalization, this written down, this bring some concept to the forefront of your consciousness by verbalizing it, that's T. Okay, Ming is another little bit twist turn. Took me a while to understand. So mouse symbol, easy. Chinese use mouse count to in replace of head count. So this mouse symbol, this mouse as signifier for a person. So instead of visually depict a person as two legs standing being, sometimes they'll use a mouse symbol to emphasize almost like it's a consumer, because the mouse have to be fed. And it's also a producer, because the mouse is going to say something, right, coming out of it. So it's more emphasizing the human as an active member of the society. So this is a person. And then person speaking, I guess, speaking because it's a mouse. You can view both as a consumer and a speaker, both ways, eater, speaker. Okay, and then this crescent moon symbol, that means the nighttime when there's no sun anymore. So this is a sun symbol. The sun and the moon happen to show on the same slide. So this is crescent shape of the moon. So nighttime speaking. Why is that name? Because the nighttime crescent moon symbol means there is no light. There's only the moon. And probably the moon is not bright enough because it's crescent moon to give you a clear showing or seeing something. Because in ancient time there was no lighting in the night. So when the moon is there, that means it's dark. It's in the darkness. Okay, so in the dark means you don't see something. And when you're speaking, the speaking symbol, you're speaking something you don't see. Okay, what you don't see? You can see everything outside surround you, but you cannot see you. You cannot turn your eyeballs around because it's embedded in your skull. You can only see outwardly. You cannot see yourself, your own face. So in that way, there is this twist and turn. I guess there's, okay, exception cases, like if you have a mirror, you can see yourself. But most of us, when we're walking on earth, we don't see ourselves, right? We only see outwardly. So this darkness, this invisible or unseenable thing plus speaking, it means you're naming, you're talking about the thing that you cannot see, which is yourself. Therefore, it means your own name. So you have your own name written on that gold board. And this is about a college admission, like basically saying, wish you made the cut, go to the university you want so much. And here I'm putting the #1 STEM college in China, Tsinghua University, as a symbol. This is their specially designed of a structure of their end. Wait, okay, hold on. I'm kind of having flashback of, I'm trying to recall, like if this university was actually founded by American dollars, over 100 years ago. So when China had this big, when China lost the war, when it went as a Qing, the last dynasty, went with the West, many countries, right? And then they have to end up paying for, because they lost the war, so they got penalized, they have to pay. And America is a country that returned this payment, like use it on yourself for something good. And this something good is the university. And this is, I guess, why it's kind of Greek, Rome looking column and arched door, because this is not a traditional Chinese architecture. That's Eastern culture. This is a Western culture. So in that way, American back then plant the seed of this Western culture back to American consciousness by establishing now is the #1 STEM university in China. And to receive their admission came in this elaborate form. This is their admission notice letter, give you this standing door. That's a single or most iconic place for that campus to show you that you're admitted. And this is the, the wet dream of all the STEM aspiring students in China. And that's the wish, like you wish somebody made it to a top university in China like that. That's 金榜题名. Cash into the currency of thinking about, well, what are they ways of seeing that today?